I'm gonna go see a Sensual Tantra client, and I'm gonna take you with me so you can watch my full self driving or watch my Tesla drive itself. It's gonna be fun. So right there, you noticed that I disengaged the autopilot because I wanted to go over to the left furthest or closest lane. Sometimes the FSD doesn't choose the lane with less cars, but so whenever you want to make an adjustment, you just disengage the FSD and make that adjustment, and then go back to FSD with just one little tap down. It's very simple, very easy. To disengage it, you tap up. To engage it, you tap down. Then it makes that cool sound. Ding ding. Wonder how well you can actually see. I'll find out. Alright, so from time to time it asks me to turn the steering wheel, put a little bit of force on the steering wheel to make sure that I'm paying attention. So it used to be called FSD, Full Self-Driving Beta, because it's on trial. People are trying it out, and they're making adjustments. They're refining it, like a beta is. Now they changed the name from beta to assisted or something like that. Beta or FSD something else. One more thing that it has is it has an inside camera which tracks what your eye is doing. So if it notices that your eye pattern is of someone that's not paying attention, it's gonna notify you, hey, you should be paying attention. It's interesting. So what I do is I just pay attention, because at first I was put off by that because there's a camera inside the cabin that's always watching what I'm doing. And the thing about that is it does that footage doesn't go anywhere. It's just an algorithm that watches your eyes or whatever your head mannerisms, and that footage doesn't go anywhere. So that's the safety aspect of it. And the cool thing is, if any accident happens, you can trigger that camera and it shows what you're doing inside, what's going on out there, whose fault it was, etc. So it's a nice safety feature, actually. And when I'm driving, it's you have to pay attention. That's the clause. When you get into the full self-driving beta, the contention is you can use full self-driving, you can test it out, and it works incredibly well, and it gets better and better and better, but you have to pay attention. So I pay attention, it's easy enough, and there's no drawback. You pay attention, the car drives itself, it's wonderful. The ease that you have, because the car's driving itself, is well worth your having to look straight or pay attention to the road. So early in the beginning, when Tesla didn't have that, people were sleeping or doing whatever, playing on their computer while the car was driving itself. So as you can tell, the when the full self-driving wasn't yet refined. So of course that would be a liability for Tesla. Hopefully it comes out okay because it's so bright out. It's so bright out in Vegas. So it's so bright out there, but the interior you can't really see it because I have it on dark mode. I don't know why anyone would put it not on dark mode, but people that do Tesla videos, they don't put it on dark mode just so that you can see the screen. But I think in real life, they're putting that screen on dark mode. So the car's just driving me to my destination, and it's been on full self-driving the entire time. Except for that minor adjustment that I made earlier. Yeah, it's incredibly convenient. So I thought about it, and I said, how much more convenient is it from driving a gas car without full self-driving? And when you're driving without even full self-driving, when you're driving a Tesla, it has regen braking. So it has something called one pedal driving, where it brakes on its own when you let go of the gas. And there's settings for the braking. So I want to switch lanes to an empty lane. So I just tap the right turn signal, and the car automatically switches. The car automatically switches lanes when the FSD thinks it's safe to switch lanes. Anyway, so without even full self-driving, one pedal driving saves a tremendous amount of time. So you're literally, because especially in the city when you're driving a gas car, you're always gassing and braking, and that gets tiring. And if you've driven cars long enough, you know how tiring that gets. Which is why I hated driving around, especially in traffic. I used to live in California, so I know exactly how traffic is. So just driving the car regularly without full self-driving on, it's so easy to drive. And that easiness of driving is what makes the driving fun, because you're focusing more on driving rather than the effort making to drive the car. It was about to switch lanes, but it noticed that thing in the middle, so it didn't switch lanes. That's good. That's really good. And on its own, it went to the right turn lane. So good. So now we're in the middle of the strip. Not really the middle. One of the ends of the strip, the Las Vegas strip. And we're going to Fontainebleau. I'm not sure how you even say that. That place's name. Is it Fontainebleau or Fontainebleau? Okay, so it's on the, recognize it's on the left side. So now we're in the strip. We're right in the middle of the Las Vegas strip during the daytime. Not much traffic actually. So recognize that's gonna be on the left side. And at some point I'm gonna have to U-turn. Ooh, we're gonna see the full self-driving U-turn. That's good. So the cool thing about 12.3, the update, FSD 12.3.3, is that it drives a lot like a human. And that's what I gathered from all the people with the FSD videos, is that it drives more like a human. And when I tried it, it really does. When I got the upgrade, not the upgrade, but the update to 12.3, it really does drive more human-like. And that's the thing about it driving human-like. You also have to think about the people around you, how they are perceiving your car. Not that you care what they're thinking about, but how they drive around you, how they maneuver around you or with you on the road. Which is why driving like a human, or appearing like you're driving naturally and not like a robot, is important for people that are watching you drive from the outside, because they have to maneuver around you. So that's really cool. It's almost summertime in Las Vegas. And the AC on this thing is amazing. Speakers are amazing. Yeah. Putting its on turn signals. Oh, it's over here. It's gonna U-turn. So let's just watch it U-turn. Yeah, that's cool. It's doing a U-turn. Amazing. And now it's gonna go. We're here on the navigation, so I'm gonna take over. Avenue Fontainebleau. Let's go to South Park. I usually valet, but some of the places here, the South Park is nice. I should get to hang out in the car for a little bit. So I get to hang out in my car until the time's appropriate for me to start walking in to my client. So I just park and let my client know I'm parked, and then I head over. Alright, so I'm leaving. I'm done with my client. What I did for you was I put it on bright mode, or whatever, light mode. So now I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. We're gonna start driving, and we're gonna use mostly FSD. Let's go. I'm gonna hold on to you so you don't go anywhere. It's pretty cool that the backup camera is super wide angle, and it also has side cameras. So let's see, how do we exit here? I'm looking for arrows. Arrow. I think I go this way, I'm not sure. To go to drive, just press down on the stalk. It's called the stalk. Yeah, I had an amazing client traveling from California. The husband was looking for a massage for his wife, but he wanted to do some more adult, sexy, fun things. And so he found me on the interwebs, and I gave his wife a sensual tantra bodywork session. Some gentle touches, caresses, tantric techniques to get her to relax completely, feel pleasure, feel sexual fun. Oh, thank you, you're so sweet. Even though I'm over here videoing. So I don't know if you know this about the heaters or the AC in the heaters. You could adjust it with just touching the screen. Anyways, I'm gonna put it at 68 because it is kind of warm right now. Let's put it at 62. But I also want to make sure you hear me talk, so I'm gonna put it on low. You know what? I'm just gonna let it drive itself out of the parking lot, so I can talk to you and make adjustments on the. And then whenever it's driving on its own, you can step on the accelerator pedal to give it a little boost of speed or give it some encouragement. For example, if it stopped and you want it to go, you can just give it a accelerate. Give it some acceleration. Is it gonna turn? Oh, it did. It turned. What is the exit? I think I found it. Oh, that AC is so nice. All right, so I'm gonna exit. The parking is paid now in Vegas, and that's okay. I prefer paying for parking, because if it's free, then there's a bunch of people out here just parking. If it's paid, you have a better experience. So sometimes when you park in Vegas, if you have a local ID, they let you park for free. I don't know if Fontainebleau does that. Let's find out. There you go. Oh, the parking is free today. So I guess it's just free certain days or certain hours. Not sure. Free parking, yay. So I'm just gonna go find my way out. Let me just adjust something. Let this fella go. You could see him just go around. That's so cool. Alright, let's go. You ready? Let me move my bag so you can see. Let us self-drive. Not yet. Let's get out of this parking lot. So I'm gonna swipe down. It takes me directly home. So I'm not really sure which. Do I turn left or right? Not sure. Paradise. Let's go Paradise. Oh, let's go to the boulevard actually. Let's go to the boulevard so we can self-drive. Alright. We're now on self-drive. Speed limit's 5 here? No, that's weird. Really? Ah, the speed limit's 5 over here. There's no way. That can't be right. I think that's the parking lot. Yes, I am. Okay, so now we're on self-drive. Let's go. So it stopped, it's checking, it's creeping, check-in, and it's going. So that wasn't, that wasn't very long stop. Wasn't bad at all. That's nice and cautious, nice and safe. Like it. It's way better. Speed limit here is 30, really. Look at it go. My lips are dry. So we're in the northern part of Vegas. Yeah, it's not much traffic this morning. It's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, so not much traffic. Is it gonna turn on its own? It is! Oh, it's choosing. It went on its own on the near side where there's less cars. That's pretty cool. So what I wonder is if it recognizes there's less cars on this side and it goes to that side. That's what I'm curious about. So I think they call this level 2 self-driving. Level 2, is it level 2? Yeah, at this moment, level 2 self-driving. Oh, okay, so I found out what the name was. It's called FSD supervised. So it used to be FSD beta, now it's FSD supervised, which is kind of like beta, but it's more, I think it's just the delineation is, the difference is, it's been rolled out more mainstream now instead of just being tested out by beta users. Even though the beta users paid $13,000 for FSD with the promise that it's going to get better and better and better. And it is. It's gotten better and better with every update. Now we're on v12, version 12 of the FSD. And this is how it's working. It's working amazing. It's version 12, the delineation is that I'm not really sure what it's about, but it's end-to-end neural network driving. I'm not really sure what that means, but it drives like a human being. It's really responsive. It's awesome. I can just let it be, and I can trust that it's gonna do what it's supposed to, do the right thing, and it requires very little intervention. So what I was talking about was FSD beta, and then now it's FSD supervised. It's level 2. So a level 2 FSD is it's supervised pretty much. Level 3 FSD is when it's minimal supervision and it drives its own. It's actual full self-driving car. And then I think level 4 is completely non-supervised. It just does its own thing. And I believe there's 5 levels. And I believe level 5 is completely autonomous. And I don't really know what the distinctions are. I should probably look more into it. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down on the caption of this video the distinctions between the levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So right now we're level 2. It's supervised full self-driving. Means you have to pay attention because at some point there might be some hiccups, and you have to take over. That's what supervised is. Maybe I should put my phone on silent. Look at that car! What the heck is that? It's a bus? Tour bus? Looks like a bee. Alright, let's go. It's going 35 here, which is correct. The correct thing to do because it's 30 here, the speed limit. But being a local, I know that people go 45, 50 here all the time. So maybe what I'll do is I'll increase the speed limit. And here's how I do that. I just scroll this scroll wheel up. Now I'm going 50. I don't know how correct that speed limit was. But everybody here goes 50, 45. So that's how I easily increase it. It's switching its own lanes. How cool. I believe it switched its own lanes because that lane is going to eventually merge left to the highway. So I think that's why it switched. And I wonder how it knew that. Because remember, this car is the Tesla FSD is deciding based on the cameras. It's not LiDAR. It's based on the camera. So all these cars right here, it exists because the camera sees it. And the algorithm in the camera determines, okay, that's a car, that's a truck, that's a road, that's a block, it's a speed bump, whatever. Oh, the other cool thing about the FSD is that it knows if there's a speed bump or a speed dip. Look at that, this turns right a little bit, curves. And I couldn't see it because of the sun in front of my eyes, but the car sees it. So that's another benefit of this FSD, is that when the sun's in front of your eyes and it's hard to see, like a lot of times when that happens for me, I just put this down so it doesn't blind me, because I don't need to look. The car is driving its own, so I don't need to look at where I'm going. That's pretty cool. I think that's a tremendous benefit, because a lot of times the sun's in front of your eyes, especially during those hours of the day. Yeah, I love how version 12 you can just rely on it to just drive its own without worrying. Hey, by the way, if you haven't been to In-N-Out, that's one of the best burger places in the world. They have a simple menu. They only have hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, and soda. That's it. That's all they have. But they have amazing hamburgers and fries. Oh, they have milkshakes too. So if you've never tried it, you have to try it. It's amazing. The camera determines that's a truck semi. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever go back to a non. Well, I probably could if I wanted. Everybody could adapt. But dang, this is such an incredible convenience. The car just driving its own. You can just relax on in your seat, especially during traffic. And the braking is pretty smooth. The braking and going for people that have motion sickness like me. I get motion sick. I get motion sick in general. So it's slowing down. I should give it some acceleration. I didn't give it some acceleration. It's just doing its own thing right now. Did pretty good. So I'd rather it be safe always than not safe. This is the other benefit of full self-driving. It's safer than a human driving because it's constantly looking with the cameras. There are so many videos out there of the FSD driving, and like a car runs a stoplight, and the Tesla just stopped right before they got hit. Saved the guy's life. It's an incredible safety feature. So I believe in the future, insurance for Teslas are going to be lower because of full self-driving. So what happens when the light is orange or yellow? The car doesn't stops. The car doesn't stop abruptly because it's orange. It drives like a normal human. If it has enough time, if it just suddenly turned yellow and it has enough time to run the yellow light, it's gonna do it like a human would. So I would consider the style of driving as very safe human driving, who's a good driver, who's always paying attention, who has eyes on the sides and the front and sides. That's what I would consider the driving style. And frankly, that's what I want in my full self-driving. Something safe, something that not too slow, but also not too fast, just right, and just in the amount that I put. So you can set how fast, and how much it follows the speed limit. Because the speed limit is always determined. It always knows what the speed limit is. I think it uses Google API because it uses Google Maps for its map system, which is good because Google Maps is really good. So it turns green. It went. There's no long wait. It turns green. It goes right away. I love it. If it's safe, if it determines it's safe. Now, what I wonder is if the algorithm is it's looking left and right, and it notices if the car's going so fast, even though the light's green, if the car on the oncoming is going so fast that it determines it might run the light if it doesn't go. That'd be interesting to find out. See, so far it's just driving like a human. I love it. If you guys haven't tried Pollo Loco, I'm not sure how many states it's in, but it's really good chicken. They grill their chicken, and they have sides of corn, sides of rice, sides of tortillas, corn and flour. It's good stuff. And they grill their chicken, so it's not like fried chicken. In fact, just talking about that, I might get some. But usually, whenever I get food, I just order it using Uber Eats or whatever. It's such a convenience, just ordering food, and I always tip because, without the delivery people. See, that's the other benefit of full self-driving. When it's green, the car's gonna go. You don't have people honking at you because you're looking at your phone or whatever. So even though I set the speed limit is 45, and I set the speed limit 18% above the speed limit, it still determines what's a safe driving speed on its own. Now it's telling me to pay attention to the road. Switching lanes on its own. Yeah, the roads here are pretty simple to drive, so. So this stoplight here has a turning lane, but most humans, they go in the turning lane early because there's so much traffic on the driving lane. So the turning lane goes from this bonus lane. From the bonus lane, see how that truck is already on the bonus lane? So I wonder how soon it goes to that bonus lane. So it goes pretty soon. It doesn't wait till it's like that the dash lines to start turning into the turning lane. It's pretty good. So it needs to veer over to the left and it goes immediately. Love it. Okay, it's getting cold. I got an appointment at 6, but it's only 4:30, so I think I have time to play some ping pong. Table tennis, by the way, is my favorite sport. And I learned about table tennis because of Dr. Amin. He was talking, well, initially I got into table tennis because of Adam Bobrow playing all these cute girls. And I'm like, oh, these girls are hot. But then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, the things that he's doing. See how like there's a car in front of it, but it doesn't show the cars in front? It's because the camera determined. The camera can't see the cars in front of it, but on the side of it, it can. Anyways, Adam Bobrow YouTube channel. He's a ping pong player or table tennis player. Anyways, and then I saw this, so I followed this girl that he played, Anastasia Rybka, and then she posted a story of Dr. Amin saying that racket sports are the best for brain health. I'm like, hell yeah. So I just put, and it's amazing cardio. So I initially did it for cardio, now I just love it, absolutely. So this is gonna be an interesting stoplight because it's a blinking orange. So let's see how it works. Let's see how she does it. So, all right, let's see. It's gonna be oncoming traffic. It's an orange blinking light. Let's see how well it determines how fast it moves. I think, no, would a human go? I could press the gas and just let it, give it some encouragement. Oh yeah. It's a tough light. There's 4 lanes. Yeah, it shouldn't go. It's determining if it should go or not, but yeah, it's traffic here. There's 4 lanes, so it's a tough decision. What's up, Tesla? Yeah, the traffic's just keep on coming. So it's in the middle of the road. I like that. That's how a human would do it. Because a human won't stop way back there on the line when it's a blinking orange because it's about to go. A human would actually go in the middle of the road, wait for an opening, and then go. So that's really smart. Love it. So now it's actually orange, and I'm just gonna give it some encouragement before it turns red. It's not turning red. It's orange. Hey, it's gonna go. Look at that. There was an opening, and immediately at the opening, it started going. So I'm gonna end it here.